What do you think Doug's future would be?
I feel like if they were going to age up characters like that at all, they'd probably just put them in like college or something.
Yeah, Doug the college years. Dug your own grave and save.
It would be called Doug's last movie because he dies in it.
Hey, it's the Rebeltaxi Pizza Party Podcast, and it's almost Halloween. Who are you people?
I'm Daft. I talk about art people.
You know,
I'm Jig Neutron. I
yeah.
still do F&F.
After all these podcasts, after all these weeks, you still do it. How do you find the time?
One of these days, we're gonna start this, and I'm gonna say I don't do F&F anymore. I do like I don't know Osu.
Osu. Oh yeah, like Elite Beat Agents. Yeah.
I always see drawing tablets where they don't advertise the drawing feature. They just say it's great for Osu and Barbie drawing, I guess.
You know what's sad is when Elite Beat Agents came out. I don't know. I saw like gameplay footage of like the Elite Beat Divas, the female characters you unlock later in the game, and I was like, "Damn, I want to play this now." I don't know. Something about them was like, I want to just, just their brains out. Get a power drill, just like shove that in their heads. Classic.
That's a great segue to how I felt watching Black Adam.
Just splurting everywhere, just their brain matter, all over the place. Just
yeah, Black Adam did all that.
Yeah, in my brain. Was it that amazing? I haven't seen it yet. Was this gonna save the DCU?
You know what?
Yeah.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson for the past 15 years has been trying to play Black Adam.
Yeah.
Initially, he was offered the role to play Shazam or Black Adam.
Yeah, I already played Black Adam in Injustice. I don't main him. I play as a Harley because I'm a fucking terrible, terrible cringe lord.
Well, speaking of cringe, there's a lot of corny jokes and dialogue within the film.
Hell yeah.
But I think it adds to it. Because it's not like when you watch a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movie, you say, oh, that's Black Adam. You say, oh, that's Dwayne.
Yeah. It's my man Dwayne. It's always up there.
It has a lot of fun visuals. Like a lot of if you like slow motion, you should definitely see this movie. But so much exposition. It's like, all right, this is where Black Adam came from. Yeah. This is the king. This is the stuff they're mining for. Everyone's slave. Everyone hates it. Oh no, it all crumbled. They all died. And now we're in the future. Who's in the future? This superhero team. You haven't heard of them. Here's this person. Here's this person. Here's this guy.
I remember those guys from Justice League Unlimited, vaguely. There was that
Justice Society.
Yeah, they're like the gold. There was Captain Magic with his gold bell head, and he does something. He's like there's Doctor Strange, I think. I don't know.
You talking about Dr. Fate?
Yeah, that's it. I vaguely remember him.
He's mentioned a few times. Well, quite a few times in Young Justice.
Yeah.
But the character was, if whoever wears this helmet, it takes over your brain. And the Thing doesn't really like it when you take off the helmet because it has no one to control. But this Dr. Fate guy, played by Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, James Bond. Smoke up.
My friend was saying, like, because I watched it with a friend on Thursday, and he was like, the guy who played Dr. Fate was a good job. Has he played in anything else? And I was like, he was in James Bond and Mamma Mia.
Yeah, and that movie with the guy he dresses up as an old lady. That movie.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, ain't no doubt.
He was in that movie.
Yeah, he was like the one that was like, get the fuck out of here, Mrs. Doubtfire. You're just someone in drag, and he didn't like that very much. Very problematic today.
Well, for his character, he kind of just takes off the helmet whenever he feels like, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Canon, I guess.
And then we had a great cameo. We're gonna put like some loud noises.
No one's gonna.
Right. We're gonna put some loud noises.
Yeah.
For spoilers.
Yeah.
But originally, go on.
Well, I mean, like, can anyone really skip a spoiler if it's like on a podcast that's an hour long? Because try skimming across it. That's hard.
Also, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson already posted this on his Instagram.
Oh, thanks a lot, Dwayne.
So originally for the end credit scene, they did a test filming with the lower half of a random actor playing the Christopher Reeve's name is Superman.
Oh, yeah.
And then Dwayne said...
The lower half?
Yeah, like they did for Shazam. And they said, hey, what if we just, like, called it Henry? And I guess Dwayne is so charismatic and is such a great negotiator that he got Henry Cavill to come back for this movie. and for at least one more Superman film. And I was like,
Please.
Dwayne, you're really bringing back the DC universe, I guess.
Yay.
Rejuvenating.
Look, honestly, okay, this sounds like a contrarian talk, but I am honestly more interested in whatever DC does than Marvel, because there's just a billion Marvel things coming out, and they all kind of feel the same. But when it's DC, it's like everything feels very different from one another. So I kind of am more interested in whatever DC makes, even though some of them are pretty shit.
I feel like in the same vein, sometimes something will come out from DC and I won't realize that it's DC because of how different.
Yeah, it's like
which maybe that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
When we get in Peacemakers season 2.
I think next year.
Yeah, James Gunn's busy with Guardians.
Yeah, Guardians 4, 3. Which Guardians is it again?
I think 3.
Yeah, they just keep bringing him back.
Yeah. So.
It's something that mentioned at the end of She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
You watched the end of She-Hulk, right, Pan?
No.
Do you care if I talk about it?
Nah.
Well, Jake and I watched it. We were hoopering and hollering and shitting and pissing and coming at the ending. We hated it.
Oh, man.
I don't remember doing that last thing.
Yeah, your boyfriend had to come in and say, Jake, are you okay? What are you doing? Oh my god. And he's like, I'm watching She-Hulk. And he's like, I told you not to watch that.
You can't tell me what to do, Angel.
So at the end, they make reference that the VFX team already moved on to another project.
Oh.
And that when she de-transformed out of She-Hulk, they had to cut to a different camera angle because it's expensive.
Oh, man.
Kind of a funny gag.
And I was like, you recognize it. You gonna do anything about it?
Nah.
You gonna not make as many movies and TV shows?
We're just gonna keep whipping those animators until they're bled dry and leave.
I think my issue with like that ending was that like it essentially turned everything that they had been building up to. It like said, actually, we don't want to do that for the sake of this joke. So it was like the ending farted, like it deflated, and they went, haha, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
The thing about She-Hulk's character is that in the comics, she does do these fourth wall breaks. Right? But, like, she didn't do enough of them in this to warrant it.
I hear farting.
Jake, your audio is being bad.
Being bad?
Yeah,
I didn't do anything. I'm literally just sitting here. Hold on.
How does it look on Audacity?
It looks like it's farting.
No.
It must be your XLR cable then.
Maybe it is.
I think it's literally just that.
True, you gotta go to Guitar Center.
Well, it stopped, so we could continue, I guess.
I guess we're just gonna have a part in the podcast where it just goes, excuse you. I don't know why Daft just farted into the microphone. That was wow.
I don't know why. I just can't stop, I guess. Speaking of a fart that died and nothing actually came out of it, G4 TV.
Oh
gone.
Yeah, I mean
G4 TV's gone.
Yeah, it didn't last a year. We promise we'll talk about animation soon, but I guess we'll get past this.
So the G4 TV, apparently, I didn't know they're also continuing to air on TV.
Yeah.
As a channel, they're getting about 1,000 viewers on average per day.
An hour?
No, day.
Oh man,
Yikes.
1,000 viewers. Yeah, G4 should have hired me. It would have still bombed horribly, but at least I would have been on there. Because honestly, like, I really wanted to be on G4 TV, this new reboot, but I knew it would not survive because it's just like, what can this offer that the internet doesn't already do 1 billion times over?
Well, the thing for that was they allowed Scott the Woz to cuss uncensored.
Yeah,
I guess
on TV if you want to watch, if you want to watch Scott the Woz on TV and not just anytime you want online legally.
I hope whatever contract Scott signed is now null because the company's dead.
Yeah.
But maybe they just get transferred to another company. So it's like, Scott, I hope you
it's fine.
Got money, I guess.
Wasn't Scott the Wise on like the Disney something app?
Disney app? No, there were other YouTubers on. Was he? Because there were other YouTubers on when they did like gaming content on Disney XD.
I think it was also like a voting thing.
Like I remember seeing like, because I just remember someone be like, yes, my favorite show is on Disney Channel. It was like a bunch of shows, Owl House, Amphibia, etc., Mickey Mouse, and then Scott the Waz's face was there.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
if he did make videos in the 2010s, I definitely foresee him appearing in like iCarly.
Oh yeah, next to Fred, all the classics.
Oh shit, I have to catch up on that season. I haven't watched the second season of the reboot yet.
Yeah.
But you know what we have watched?
Well, hang on. Going back to G4,
Okay.
I don't know. They just announced that it just died on like a text post saying, "Hey, it's over." And even the people who worked there were like, I didn't know about this." Like the completionist was like, "This is the first I heard that we're closing down." Yep.
Yikes.
I guess if you want to buy some G4 TV merch,
Yeah.
and just claim that it's old merch.
Yeah, hang on, g4tv.com. Just go on there, buy some merch. Like I looked up on there and I was like, some of this merch would be funny to have. Most of the merch looks kind of like shit, but it's like, hey, to have it ironically would be fun, but all the stuff is like $50-$60. It's like, even ironically, I'm not spending that much money.
Yeah, they have drinkware for some reason.
Yeah.
Like a whole decanter set for $97. Will show on screen right now if you're listening on YouTube.
Hell yeah. Look at that quality set. Oh, man. Yeah, if you've only got a limited supply of these, so you better buy these now.
I probably know a few people who would buy some of this stuff.
I wouldn't. Look at, they changed the X-Play logo to be flat and minimalist and boring. This logo looks like ass. It's just a plus sign with a cross in it.
Well, that's why you get the G4 glitch die cut sticker.
Where's the cool, the original X-Play logo, or one of the early ones?
Maybe they don't own the rights to it?
Maybe they don't have the Illustrator file for it. It's gone.
Nah, they lost the SVG.
Oh no, you're done.
They can just revector it, convert it to a bitmap.
Shove it in the Waifu 2X, get the old logos, yeah.
I guess we'll have to see if there's gonna be like a whole bunch of donations to like Goodwill with all the G4 stuff.
Yeah.
Because I do know for places like Target and Walmart, sometimes they will dump all the unsold merch after like a few years to Goodwill.
Oh yeah,
I know this. Mm-hmm.
On occasion, I'll be at like, I don't know, Hot Topic or something, and I'll see on like some plush or whatever says San Diego Comic-Con exclusive plush, and Comic-Con was like several months back, so it's like, hey, this unsold stuff's got to go somewhere.
I do know places like Five Below. I know Pan and I've been there.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have video games. Like, they had a shit ton of Yokai Watch for 3DS.
Yokai Watch, yeah.
And a lot of, like, Day 1 edition Call of Duty games.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, is it still Day 1 if you're still selling it? Is it like Day 500?
Someone's got to have it. It's like, it's version 1.1. It's the most pure version.
It's a collector's item.
For the patches. Yeah.
Just like how Stadia died.
But R.I.P. G4, you could have had me on and failed even faster.
I need an image of like G4 and Stadia, the logos making out.
Oh man. Yeah.
Companies investing a lot of money. I think it was Comcast was the one that did G4, right?
Guess so. If you don't like it, don't watch.
And apparently 1,000 people really dedicated.
Yeah. Nope. Nobody. Some maniacs out there, like who the hell was a G4 channel supposed to appeal to? Like tech savvy people who love video games but don't have internet and don't watch YouTube, but they're tech savvy enough to watch a show about G4 and were alive back then to remember G4, but they don't want to use YouTube.
It's also maybe
was G4 not like also trying to stream online?
Yeah,
they did. But there was some speculation that they falsified their numbers.
Yeah, because apparently there was a revival to Attack of the Show, a spiritual successor called The Attack or something. It aired on Disney XD briefly, but supposedly the guy that ran it and the original host of Attack of the Show, Kevin Pereira, he admitted that there was some like view botting.
Hey, how do we know that the 1,000 viewers on average weren't just the workers?
Oh man,
just watching it.
Yeah,
they're like, leave your TV on,
please. Yeah, like G4. I mean, all the content was just a long, uncut podcast of people just sitting around talking, and occasionally you'll have a scripted review that goes on for like 20 minutes.
So like a Twitter space.
Yeah, but like one thing that, I mean, they tried to evolve by having like 20-minute long reviews, because back in the day, like X-Play reviews, they were like 3 minutes each and they were very condensed. But now they could do long 20-minute videos. And personally, I don't know, look, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I'm more G4 than the actual G4 reboot, because my Strange Colorful Games video, my reviews are like 3-4 minutes condensed. Like there's no filler in those game videos. It's just all the good stuff, and I don't want, because oftentimes I don't have the need to talk about a game for 20 minutes.
Did G4 ever fill in those reviews with like weird skits or like long drawn out gameplay sessions?
Yeah, I guess so. They had skits and scripted
Were they
reviews.
funny?
I don't know. Like, was G4 ever funny? Sometimes it was. A lot of jokes in there. You're like, damn, they can't say that nowadays. Like, remember Roger the Stann Lee experience?
Maybe it's the case of G4 was the only thing we had.
Excelsior! That means DC's for douchebags.
Oh boy.
Hang on. That's exactly what Stann Lee would say.
Do you think he'd say it like from the heart?
Let me find. Let's see, because Ding Dong, that guy, the Only Plays guy, the one with the that looks like a rabbit or whatever. Hang on, former Only Plays guy. Yeah, he made a big thread on just like, yeah, G4 was never meant to last. Like even when it here's the saddest part is when G4 was coming back, they made a live announcement saying, hey, anyone, hashtag G4 needs talent. If anyone wants to join G4, put out an audition video that's no longer than 2 minutes. And I guess their plan was to find some sort of large YouTuber that they could that'll drop everything and join G4, even though they're doing pretty good on their own. It's like, someone's got to join. I don't think they had a plan for this.
The weird thing about that is, how do you really get them to appear, right? Because first they have to be near the G4 offices to record stuff, like the completionist and whatnot.
Yeah, I gotta move to California.
But they also have to have like some chemistry with the co-hosts. But then it became a case of, I think it was Jake and I were looking at the G4 stuff, and we're like, who are these people?
It's the completionist and other people I don't recognize.
No, the other people.
Oh,
besides completionist and Scott the Woz, who are these people?
Well, I don't think Scott the Woz actually participated. I think they just DM Scott the Woz saying, "Hey, can we use your YouTube videos you already uploaded?" And it's like, "Ha, sure. Just give me my check." Honk honk. That's how he talks, I think.
Well, stuff like that makes sense because if you want to build a streaming platform, yeah, you do need content to sell. But they weren't building a streaming platform, or they weren't building a Access Entertainment.
No. It wasn't a platform.
Did you make Scott the Woz honk?
Honk honk. He said that a few times, I think, right?
Yeah, like Skeeter from
honk honk.
That one TV show.
Yo, Doug. Honk honk.
I'm picturing like a goose version of Scott the Woz.
Yo, Doug, why do you have so many photos?
Untitled Scott game.
Yo, Doug, why do you have so many photos of Patty Mayonnaise in your Beat phone? They don't got iPhones in there. They got Beat phones because everything's Beat related.
Do you think if they ever did a Doug reboot, they would keep him the same age? Do you think they would make him in his 30s?
No, that'd be depressing. I don't want to watch that. Fuck.
What do you think
no.
Doug's future would be?
Maybe like, I feel like if they were going to age up characters like that at all, they'd probably just put them in like college or something.
Yeah, Doug the college years. Dug your own grave and save.
It would be called Doug's last movie because he dies in it.
Yeah, they made up Doug's first movie. They were fucking proud of themselves with that movie. Doug's first movie is the official title. Like, they thought they were going to have a sequel.
Yeah, because for Pokemon, it's understandable where it's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, it's Pokemon.
It's the first movie. Sure.
Yeah, but Doug, my ass.
But I wish they continued the titling. It's like Pokemon, the 46th movie. Like, no subtitles.
How many movies of Pokemon are there? I only saw the first 4. Pokemon Forever.
I'm guessing there's 30.
Oh, God.
What about you, Jake? How many do you think there are?
Let me think.
How many Pokemon movies are there?
I'm thinking at least 15.
According to Google, there's been 23 and one live action. Yeah, I forgot Detective Pikachu had
26.
I was
26.
Close.
Yeah, it says it's 26.
Damn, who can watch all that shit?
Because they did have the black and white movie as 2 separate movies.
Oh, yeah. Are they... Wait. Was it like 2 slightly different versions of the same movie? Was that a thing? That Pokemon did at some point?
Yeah, well, that's what Pokemon always was. They had 2 different versions.
I know with the games, but with a movie, like, a game is interactive and like you get different experiences each time you play, but a movie's a movie, you know?
Well, maybe it's from the perspective of the other person. Or the other region, I guess.
Yeah, like Lion King 1.5.
Do they? Because I feel like most of these movies are all Ash.
Suck my ash.
Or maybe he's like, I'm not sure. It looks like the recent most movie was Secrets of the Jungle.
Oh yeah.
I think the only like Pokemon movie that I can think of that isn't like centered around Ash is the live action one.
I remember there was an episode of the Pokemon show where it didn't have the main trio and it was just Meowth learning to talk like a human and trying to impress this cat girl, this Meowth girl. And the Meowth girl was like, Ew, you can talk like a human? That's gross. Get out of here. Then Meowth never found love.
Yeah, that after watching that changed the trajectory of your life.
Yeah, just like when you off yourself in front of people. Classic.
Yeah, you do that all the time.
Yeah, magical regeneration. Yeah.
Speaking of Pokemon the first movie, I went to a card shop the other day to go get like an energy drink that they only sell there for some reason.
Yeah.
It's not like a store branded one, it's just they sell it there. And I noticed, I was like, oh, gold packet YuGiOh the movie things. And I was like, well, what are these? Because I vaguely remember them. They said back in 2004, they would give out these cards in these packs or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, I remember that. So you can either get like a magician, a god card, or a blue eyes white dragon, like 2 other ones, I guess.
Hell yeah.
And so I opened it, and I got a sorcerer of dark magic. It's in pristine condition after 17 years.
Oh yeah.
I paid $8. The card is worth 100 now.
Damn. Nice.
Or 10. Depends on where you get it from, I guess.
You'll be like the next Logan Paul.
Oh yeah, his was $150,000 NFT.
Yeah. Oh,
now $10.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Look, I was in a Hypebeast store, one of those. They got like sneakers wrapped in plastic and stupid jumbo vinyl figures and Pokemon cards behind glass cases. It's like, damn, who buys this shit? These vinyl figures are kind of all right. I don't care for Bear Brick. I don't like their shape.
Oh yeah, we can show the picture. I'm pretty sure everyone's already seen it. The picture of you playing that Supreme Mortal Kombat machine.
Oh yeah, Supreme.
But you know what was pretty supreme?
Huh.
Intergalactic, the Kid Cudi movie.
Oh wait, but going back to that store, yeah, you got some energy drink. You know what energy drink I recommend? It's called Noob Energy, and it's available at Spencer's and FYE Video. Noob Energy, yeah.
Are we sponsored?
No.
Pan's really trying to be sponsored.
Not yet. But yeah, get yourself some Noob Energy, available at Spencer's and FYE Video. Things will make sense in a few weeks, possibly. Look at that.
I don't know nothing about the company, but the can looks cool.
Look at this can. That is so my style. I did not design it, but it is so my style. I love this design can. I am not endorsed or associated with this can as of yet.
And we're not endorsing anyone adding them on Twitter saying you should get Pan as a sponsor.
Yeah.
You should definitely not do that.
Yeah. Classic Noob Energy drink. Drink it up. I can't. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear if I'm recommending people Noob Energy, but yeah.
Actually, speaking of cool things and designing things, you're working on some like skateboard designs.
Oh yeah,
for fun.
I don't know what I'm doing with those skateboard designs. They're just kind of. I'm just having fun. Sometimes people will call me on a Discord call, and I'm like, I don't feel like doing much productive. I'll just do these skateboard designs for fun. I'm not sure what to do with them. Maybe we'll figure out how to turn them into tech deck dudes.
Oh, like very tiny ones? That's pretty cool.
Tech deck.
Do they still make tech decks?
Yeah, they still do.
I feel like a tech deck is one of those things that you can just sell forever.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like skateboarding, unless they ban skateboarding everywhere.
Oh no. Yeah, the same.
Did you ever have any tech decks, Jake?
No.
Do you know what they are?
They're the little skateboard finger things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for fingering. Skateboarders.
Yeah, I had one.
No, I wasn't much into fingering.
Oh. One day you will.
I had one of that green Pokemon, the Caterpillar one that turns into the Caterpillar Pokemon, the second evolution of him. Caterpie. What's Caterpie's second evolution? Turns into a
Butterfree?
No, in between that. He's a Metapod.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I got
Menopause.
Whoa. No. Yeah, but it's a Metapod fingerboard, and it's like I had that as a kid, and it's like, why this Pokemon do I want? I don't know. I guess I just bought it because it was Pokemon, but also I remember in Pokemon Stadium when you play the mini game where they throw rocks at the Metapod and it turns into a shiny metal. That was cool because it was like shiny. So I guess maybe that's why I was into Metapod. Yeah.
I actually had the Tech Deck Game Boy Color game.
Oh.
I don't remember how I got it because I didn't like ask for it, but I just kind of had it.
That game sounds
shit. It's kind of fun. You play as this little as you'll see on screen if you're watching this on YouTube.
Oh my god, the art for it.
Definitely not a penis looking thing.
Oh, that chick! I call them nuggets. They're just chicken nuggets. I don't like them.
But this game would have benefited if it had the Rumble Pak.
Yeah. Would it really?
A little bit, because at least it would go on like YouTubers' lists of like underrated games.
Oh.
Only because it has like a cool thing on it.
It don't need the Rumble Pak. That shit's lame. But you know what?
What's the Rumble Pak do? Does it just make it like
When you jump,
rumble, like
it just
You never
rumbles.
played the Pokemon pinball game?
Oh yeah,
You had to put a battery in it.
that's my first Pokemon game.
That basically rumbled it.
Yeah, I didn't get Pokemon Yellow. I got Pokemon Pinball for some reason.
wait, so
It-
confirming that this thing shook the Game Boy.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had it for Perfect Dark and even Episode 1 Star Wars.
So you could have a tiny little phallic thing on your Game Boy screen, and whenever you did a flip, the thing vibrated.
it's more of a padunkadunk.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's more of an ass than a dick thingy, you know.
Is it? Because it looks a little phallic.
Padunkadunk. That's what they call
While
it.
looking up some cool things to show on screen, I actually found this. I don't think I've seen this before. Translucent.
Go rock yourself.
It's a purple clear case for the Game Boy. It's like makes that shit louder.
Oh yeah. Just get some headphones, dipshit. Look at that jumbo ass
Headphones were
bullshit.
expensive back then.
I guess so. Oh
You're
man,
so
I could get it at
spoiled.
Funko-Land and Hollywood Video. That was my go-to place. E-toys. What the Babbages? What the fuck are these things? Fred Myers? Who?
Oh yeah. The Game Boy had a FM tuner as well.
Yeah.
You can attach onto it.
Oh yeah, listen to my jams. All my
The
jams.
Boombox Boy.
Yeah.
The Game Boy was one of the few versatile things we've had in so long.
Yeah. The Switch don't got these cool accessories now, does it?
The Switch does have a hidden web browser.
Yeah, what they trying to hide.
Trying
Also
to keep
found-
people from
mhm.
like looking at porn and inevitably being groomed through their services.
Oh no.
Well, the original DS, or at least I think is the DS Lite, they had a Wi-Fi or like internet
Pretty
cartridge adaptation.
pretty fly for a Wi-Fi.
If anyone's watching or listening to this podcast on like their DS or 3DS or Wii U or Switch by any chance, leave a comment. We just want to know for like research purposes.
Kind of cool.
But you know what else is cool?
What?
Intergalactic, the Kid Cudi Netflix animated movie.
Yeah, I saw that, and yeah, it was pretty enjoyable. Like, you know, it was Kid Cudi, and it was based on his album, and he makes a song about it's just a whole album of him falling in love with some chick in New York, and it's in I guess he just watched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and was like, I want my thing to look like that, and it does. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got that cool Mr. Rager, which is the in-universe characterization of the album.
Oh yeah, I don't know anything about the album, but supposedly this was going to be a TV show first, but then it became a movie.
They could have done either way. You've seen it, Jake, right? Where they had chapters for every section.
Yeah, it's
I did not see it. I still want to watch it.
You haven't seen Intergalactic?
No, I want to, but I haven't had any time to do so. I've seen clips.
yeah.
Like if I was like scrolling through TikTok, I could see them trying to crop it to fit on the screen.
Oh no.
And it's not working because sometimes they try to camera track characters as they're
Oh,
walking
pan and
because
scan.
of the
Mm-hmm.
because of the nature of like the frame rate style. It does not look good.
Oh boy, like
I get that.
it's better as a movie because like if you watch these in chapters, like you'd feel like the first two are just like nothing's going on. It's just constant setup. It feels like the setup was too long, but yeah, it's a romantic comedy, and comedy's pretty just juvenile, you know. It's okay.
I feel like while they did have a lot of good artistic moments, it is a nice homage to Spider-Verse, but it's not really dynamic.
Yeah, I mean it's
A lot of the shots are kind of just static.
it's a very down to earth story, just a typical romance, but they do try to use it with like dream sequences and fantasy stuff.
Now that was fun. I remember when they first showed off Timothy Chalamet's character,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Hey, wait a second," because all the scenes that they shown him was under dark lighting and at night.
Yeah,
You're like, "Wait a second,
it's
is he playing a black dude?"
it's just the lighting is fine. Although one thing
It was.
one thing that was kind of interesting is the characters here are more painted because in Spider-Verse they still look pretty soft, but here they do look
Mhm.
more wood carved.
Yeah.
They did a great job of capturing the pre-production kind of work.
Yeah, concept art.
I would say much like every frame of painting.
Yeah, every
Every frame this could be painted.
is a painting. Yeah, just like that one guy.
Telltale wishes their stuff looked like this.
Oh, yeah, true. Well, look, hey, look, Telltale just barely came out like in 2009, or I don't know. They were making games forever ago. They died now. They could probably make a game look like this now, maybe. I don't know in real time
Probably.
though.
I'd probably play a game like that.
Yeah.
But I know people would probably be upset with like the frame rate, but I've seen games do it.
Telltale would have made a game that looked like this.
I'm kind of used to that choppy frame rates in these types of movies, but yeah, it's a very typical romance story. I thought it was pretty good. Nothing amazing.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like the aspect about their job should have been played into it more, because I was more interested in that. It would kind of reminded me of the Mission Hill, where the original idea of Mission Hill was to have was Andy the older brother, I think. Yeah, Andy slowly become an animator and get more connection and get a better job. Like, this kind of had that style, that idea in there, but I was kind of hoping for more of that.
I think it was a week or so ago, a week ago, whenever we record this podcast, of course, Kid Cudi had to tweet out his movie is not for kids.
Yeah.
Because there's sex scenes in this, and they show some stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I know Pan couldn't
on...
couldn't withhold him. He was trying to grab at the screen.
No, it's TV.
Pan is going, why can't it be me?
Yeah, I should have been boned by Kid Cudi. Yeah.
He did a good job as Jabari, much in the case of Jessica Williams' Meadow. I think they had pretty good chemistry.
Yeah. Although I kind of forgot, like, how did those characters meet over a dating app? I forget how they met.
If I remember correctly, it was on accident. It was a friend of a friend kind of thing.
There was this whole subplot about like this dating app, and I was like, I honestly thought they were on Instagram when they were texting, so I was like, is this app significant, really?
Oh, no. They met because she was too loud. She was throwing a party.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah. So...
And then the other guy came up and was like, is this guy bothering you?
Nah, it's Kid Cudi. It's him. The Day and Night guy and other songs that I don't know about.
He's doing way better than the other half of Kids See Ghosts.
Oh.
Do you know who the other half is, Pan?
No. I don't listen to that.
Kanye West.
Oh.
What do you mean you don't listen to that?
Oh, I don't know. There's not too many modern rap music I listen to.
I have to force you to listen to rap.
Yeah.
Like that new song by Lil Yachty. I gotta walk
no.
to Poland.
Oh no, that song.
Angel won't shut up about that song.
Yeah.
Didn't you love it, Jake?
I feel like I've mainly heard just that part because he keeps looking at TikToks that use that song.
The song was so powerful that the government leader, I'm not sure if it's prime minister or president, behind Poland said, "We would love to bring you here. We're totally not going to beat you up or anything."
Yeah, that song sucked ass. Get over here, asshole.
It's like, how'd you walk to Poland? You're in America. There's water.
Walk in Poland.
That'd be a great thing. Imagine this, Pan. Imagine you became a successful rapper, right? But that's not enough.
Yay!
And so you want to make you want to make a song about a country that not a lot of people go to, or maybe even think about.
Yeah.
On the off chance you get invited there, what country would that be?
Where do I want to go? I haven't been to Australia. Australia! I'm walking to Australia. Oh, had wings earlier. Ooh.
I do know Chris Hemsworth does a lot of tourism stuff for Australia, and if you're ever in Australia, there is a small chance you'll just see Chris kind of just hanging out.
Yeah, just hanging out, doing nothing.
I think he went to a specific town there because there's this whole social media campaign from the town that says we would love if Chris Hemsworth could be here, just to visit for a bit,
please.
And then he did.
Yay.
Good for them.
Yes, I love Men in Black International. Classic.
While we reminisce on our favorite moments from the movie I've never seen or even heard of, we're going to take a quick break.
So do you recommend Entergalactic?
Intergalactic Planetary. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I recommend it to Jake as well specifically. You have to watch it.
I don't know nothing about Kid Cudi.
I'll watch it.
It's not fun. I don't think that's a good word. It's interesting.
Yeah,
it's
cool.
F.
It's fun.
We're always in our clubhouse getting high. Super fuckers. Everybody wishes we would die. Super fuckers. Here we come like a bomb. Everybody fucking run.
Hey, it's the it's the question time, and if anybody has a question, be sure to start out with the word question so it's easier to find, and post them in the YouTube comments of this video or the Discord, the official Discord. And our first question is by... Hey, what did you think of the Paloni Show? Oh, look, somebody asked, what did you think of the Paloni Show? Because we didn't forget to talk about that earlier. What's the Paloni Show? What is that?
It is a Justin Roiland and Zach Hadel adventure, brought back from an old skit that Justin Roiland made.
Yeah.
Palonis.
The Palonis, yeah, essentially it's a Halloween anthology, a series of animated shorts by various online animators.
And the main cast is Leroy, played by Justin, Reggie, played by Zach, Charisse, played by Pamela, and Little Longlegs, who causes a lot of trouble, played by Vachi Thanos.
My favorite thing about this anthology is the poster. Like if you go on IMDb or find a poster, the poster always says from Justin Roiland, co-creator of Solar Opposite, and it's like pretty sure he made something else also. He could advertise that, but I guess they wanted to advertise their own show on Hulu.
I think because Hulu is owned by 5 different companies, they're like, please don't mention the Warner Brothers thing.
A competing show.
Imagine like the very early on Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors, where they had to like have reasons why they're showing these stories.
Yeah, it's a frame thingy. It's a frame that essentially they got a story going on, and they cut to a bunch of different shorts. And the story that's going on is, it's Justin Roiland doing his thing. He's making a reference to a movie and then mentioning it's a reference to a movie, and then we all kind of laugh and think, yeah, I remember when I watched that movie. Those were simpler times. Not anymore, though. I remember.
And if you thought this Halloween special would go right, everything went wrong.
Oh, man. In terms of the story, because there's conflict, and that's how stories are made. Conflict.
And the person who gave the most conflict was Little Longlegs.
Yeah, that kid's an asshole. I'd kick his ass.
Now, you've seen this, of course, right, Jake?
No.
I saw it.
Well, I guess we'll just have to talk about it vaguely.
Yeah. Well, there's not really much to spoil, but I thought it was a mostly hit or miss. But what were your favorite shorts? Because one of them was the apple bopping one, because that felt like an MTV bumper from the 90s or something.
Although it was a bit drawn out, I liked the one by Joel Haver. The one where it's like, no more Halloween, no more scares.
Yes, I love that one. The mayor, yeah, that's a good one.
And an interesting thing. Mm-hmm.
It's not rotoscoping. It's like some. It looks like rotoscoping, but it's not. It's done digitally. Like,
yes,
it's just dragging an object. Essentially, it's
kind of.
Yeah.
He made a video explaining how he actually makes his videos, and anyone can do it for free.
Oh, sweet. The pseudo rotoscoping, yes.
But an issue with some of the shorts is that they would just kind of end.
Oh yeah.
There was a short with a kid and his mom. They find out this black sludge that came from aliens that whenever you throw something in it, everyone forgets about it.
Yeah.
That thing. And then they just keep throwing stuff in there, and then it kind of just ends.
Yeah.
But the animation is cool.
Oh yeah, that was a really good one. It just, some of these are just end abruptly, like the owl one with they go trick or treating. It's just, yeah.
The witch, the owl, and the werewolf, they end it by being in a boat and they snort cocaine.
Yeah.
And they just go, I guess that's Halloween.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know. Like even it's kind of weird that they opened with some of the weaker ones too. Like I was like I didn't really care for it until I got to the one with Gilbert Gottfried, which this apparently is his final performance.
Yeah, I thought his final performance would just been in Smiling Friends as God.
Yeah.
In this, he plays just a apartment attendant.
Well,
apartment keeper, I guess.
It was one of the better ones in this skit.
It definitely was. It was a pseudo rotoscoped one.
Mm-hmm.
And there was the one by Michael Cusack where it was just the characters talking, and they just say, "Oh, Halloween's coming up. Are you doing something for that?"
Yeah, I kind of have a theory that some of these were just like shorts they had lying around, and we're like, "Oh, we can kind of twist it to be Halloween related, maybe."
And then for the actual story, which for a lot of Justin Roiland works, it's Rick and Morty or Rick and Morty adjacent art style.
Yeah,
the main stuff, which is fine, but also it's like, all right, do you want to do something else? Do you want to try a bit more experimental with the characters?
I feel like Justin Roiland internally is just like, this is all I am now. I'm just Rick and Morty, man. I guess I'll do this.
And even with those aspects, it's like, it can't just be them presenting a Halloween special. It has to be there's always something wrong. It's getting meta. They mention Hulu a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like, can you write a story, Justin, that doesn't involve meta humor?
Yeah, everything's overusing meta humor, like that one Velma show. Daphne, Velma, you know the one.
Velma, in which
she gets murdered in it.
Like, yeah.
And Scooby-Doo is not in there.
No, he's right there.
It's meta.
Norville's there.
Yeah, apparently
Norville has the cleanest haircut.
Supposedly Scooby-Doo is not in that one Velma reboot series because apparently Scooby-Doo would be too juvenile and they can't write a mature story with Scooby, and it's like, that's a weird thing to say.
Well, they already did.
That's just so untrue.
With the Supernatural crossover where they said fuck in front of Scooby.
What about why would Scoob be unfit for such a... You can make any of that stuff work. That sounds like they were just lazy.
There's very few properties where I would say saying shit in front of them kind of feels weird, like the Muppets.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like if I was an actor and like I was near the Muppets, I know they're not real, but I would kind of like go, I shouldn't like say damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Scooby-Doo, I can say shit.
Honestly, I bet that excuse of like, we can't have a mature story with that, I bet it's just like a cover to essentially hide the fact that maybe WB's like, okay, you can do a mature rated Scooby-Doo thing, but we don't want Scooby-Doo, the dog, our profitable mascot, to be a part of it. Maybe that's the reason, secretly.
I guess they don't want kids clicking on it.
Yeah, true.
I don't know how they think that's gonna work.
Yeah, I mean,
but
WB is just the one. Like, people talk about how 80s cartoons would have like an R-rated movie and then a kids cartoon. Like, WB is the only one doing that with their properties. Like, you know, you can have an R-rated Joker or DC movie right next to like kids preschool toys of Batman the Joker. It's like, no one cares. It's fine.
It's that Bat car.
Yeah, Bat car.
Well, they also have like kids toys of the Batman.
Yeah, the Joker
from the rated R movie.
Hell yeah.
I forgot, was the Batman rated R?
No, PG-13.
Yeah, okay, I guess you can have that.
Mm-hmm.
But on the topic of Halloween, you got another question.
Okay, what's
Wisconsin King? Since it's almost Halloween, I was wondering, do you think found footage will ever be scary or creepy again? I think Hollywood should try doing found footage movies about urban legends folklore from other countries, like Kyukusake Onna, the slit-mouthed woman from Japanese folklore, or maybe found footage on some haunted places other than houses like Haunted Cemetery, Abandoned Toy Factory. That was a lot question. Do you think found footage would be scary again?
Yeah, I mean, people still do it essentially with like ARGs and whatever, so, you know, it's out there, although it's more, I mean, it's just cheaper to do than a regular film, so, you know, I guess...
Yeah.
As long as you got the right equipment and the effects, you can do it.
I would like to see some found footage stuff, like taking something that isn't really considered that scary, something like so mundane and so far away from like the horror genre and making it scary. Can't think of what that could possibly be. I'm feeling like they could lean into something in relation to convenience or electronics, but
I mean,
like a Black Mirror thing with found footage.
I mean, the 2000s had a bunch of like haunted VHS, haunted website. There was, I don't know. There was what was that? There was that movie with Frankie Muniz where they play the game, and if they die in the game, they die for real.
There was that film called Searching.
Yeah.
It took a lot to actually make, but basically it was just on a macOS browser, like macOS.
Oh yeah.
All the stuff that you saw was from there, and they did a pretty good job with that.
Kind of like Unfriended, yeah.
I think
where it's just screen recording.
I do. That it does remind me of like, this is from, I think, like, what this has been like Halloween, 2 Halloweens ago. Actually, no, it would have been 1 because it came out around the same time that Pibby did.
Oh yeah.
It was that Kiss Me Kill Me video by Jerry Terry, where like the whole video was, would it count as found footage something if it was like a music video of someone going through like police documents and like footage and uncovering how like these I think it was like 2 teens went to some forest thing, one of them got possessed, and the whole entire time they're singing like a cover of Kiss Me. You know the song that goes Kiss Me, and it gradually gets creepier and creepier until she's about to fucking kill a guy.
I think they're more so just focusing on films, I guess. Oh, this would be a dumb gimmick someone can do. There was already that film Unsane that was filmed on an iPhone.
Yeah.
But what if we have the first film vertically filmed? It's found footage.
Vertically filmed. It's a TikTok.
No, I do not. How are people just gonna watch that on their phones and not on like a TV?
Well, if they watch on their TV, it would just kind of like the biggest black bars you'll see.
That is gonna be fucking atrocious. If they ever do that, I'm sure someone will, but I don't.
It'll be
see that.
interactive, where every once in a while you actually have to turn your phone while you're watching it because the person in universe turned their phone.
Oh,
I know eventually we're probably gonna get like a Backrooms movie or something if we haven't.
Yeah.
already.
Oh yeah.
You know how long it took us to get a Slenderman movie?
Too long.
Wait, we have a Slenderman movie?
Yeah, it came out like years ago. Nobody gave a shit. It was after anyone cared.
Was it good?
What do you
No.
think?
It came out about 9 years after the internet stuff.
It can't be that long after. Oh man.
It was. Slenderman was 2009.
Oh.
I mean, well, if we're getting like horror Winnie the Pooh and horror Barney the Dinosaur, horror anything at this point, one of these days we're gonna get the horror USB.
Oh. There was a movie called Fear.com. I don't know if that's
I remember that movie.
ooh, yeah, that URL works anymore.
Or at least someone talking about it.
But
It was fear dot, like you spell out the word .com.
yeah.
So it doesn't become a browser or something like that.
Spooky. It's this. I gotta see that shit. That movie sounds awful.
I think it was like we're live streaming these people getting murdered, and I was like, in 2002, 240p.
Good luck with that, asshole. Yeah, 5 frames per second.
It's like imagine trying to live stream a Zoom call in the 2000s. You think you would get like murderers doing this shit? They'd be like, all right, I'm trying to set up the frame. The body's waking up. Put him back to sleep. We're trying to. God damn it! Windows XP restarted again.
Oh god, what a load! What a shit time for internet.
I want a version of Unfriended where like all the horrific things that happen in the call aren't actually happening. It's just to scare one of the people on the call until they hurt themselves.
Oh no.
That's kind of fucky wucky.
Speaking of,
You're pretty fucked up. I'd love it.
there was that Terrifier 2 film that came out recently.
It's about clowns.
$250,000, earned 5.2 million so far.
Actually, I've heard from what I've been told, the first movie of Terrifier, that clown movie. I didn't watch it, but my friend was telling me like the first one was, I think, straight to video, and this one actually got a theatrical release because it got a somewhat of a following.
This movie has a lot of blood and gore.
Yeah,
Like a lot more than the average horror film. That even
oh no,
I saw some tweets where it's like, hey, you know what? This is a bit too much.
dang.
Right here. The violence and gory sequences allegedly led to emergency services having to be called from viewers fainting and vomiting in theaters.
Oh man, yeah, okay. I heard people were vomiting, and I guess that would be excessive because I never really felt that extreme about any sort of movies, but except for one, it was Natural Born Killers. I just felt sick watching that after a while.
I think the last film to really do this to people was The Exorcist.
Well, there's other movies
in
that
the 70s.
Well, there's been clickbaity articles about saying, hey, these people had a heart attack during the screening of this horror movie.
It only counts if it's like a bunch of people.
Yeah.
You know, like from random demographics. Then you know, like, all right, maybe we did a bit too much.
You don't hear anybody saying, audiences are getting diarrhea watching this movie.
The new Kevin James film, Paul Blart 3.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Blart becomes president?
When are we getting Paul Blart 3? It's been a while. Paul Blart 3. When's it coming out?
I mean,
Gotta start the petition.
January 25th this year. Paul Blart 3 update given by Kevin James. Yes. Oh man,
Oh boy.
Kevin James says, yeah, well, we've got to work that one out. I would love that. I don't know what the story is yet, but it was so much fun shooting in Vegas. That was a great time. Yeah.
I think the two places he can go is maybe he's like protecting the Louvre, you know, with all the cool pieces of art. Or he becomes a security guard for the president.
Oh yes, and he's like, he hates the fucking. I always imagine like in like video games or whatever, where you got to save the president. So, like there surely has to be a character that's like, I guess I'll save the president. It's like, no, don't kidnap him.
They have a joke where it's like, they transfer me out from Buckingham Palace. I don't want to talk about who died there.
Oh man.
Like it was his fault somehow.
He just tries to resuscitate the queen, and just like boom, no, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we've all tried resuscitating the queen.
Starts butt fucking her live in front of everyone, and then the king's monocle just falls into his teacup, and it says "I say."
And this film somehow got a G rating.
Yeah, the clothes were on, so it's fine.
Like they filmed a G-rated cut of the film, they approved it, and they quickly switched out to an NC-17 version for theaters.
Oh no, that's what the fuck, Tyler Durden, you can't be doing that.
Kevin James said, "I don't even remember filming those. I think they CGI'd my face."
Oh yeah, with deepfakes nowadays, you can do whatever you want, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, I never seen that deepfake of Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah. I remember.
Pretty good job.
Yeah, that's not a deepfake. He was just friends with Corridor Crew. He just likes to hang around there. He's got nothing going on. He retires after he doesn't have to work much. He just makes 2 movies a year and rests on that. Yeah.
The question from Mr. Zygarder64 on the server. Tupan.
Yeah.
If Studio Trigger did a Sonic the Hedgehog anime, what would your reaction be?
Oh yeah, that'd be fucking cray. I mean, we already got that. Yeah, it would be fucking extreme and probably incomprehensible to watch. Because Trigger doesn't. Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know. Yeah.
I still see those tweets where people talk about Cyberpunk, but they still abbreviate it to CP.
Oh man.
I can't escape them.
They got
the first tweets. I remember I showed you, Pan. Their whole account got suspended.
Oh.
Please don't try that.
No.
It's not a good joke.
Awful.
But Jake, you know what isn't a joke?
What?
Moby's asking a question to you.
Oh.
I know you're taking the hiatus, but with the Jimmy, Timmy, Funk, and Duncan, would there be animated cutscenes? Seriously, it is very cool though. Song's a banger. Also, will there be a song where we play as Timmy? Also, will the old version of Power Hour be released? Like the one in the shorts? They're asking a lot.
That's 3. Hold on, I can answer all 3 questions. First question, I'd probably say yes.
No to all.
Not no to all. No, probably yes, because I like doing cutscenes, and I want to be able to emulate the Fairly Odd Parents art style in Flash and have it not look like ass like it did in the show. What were the other 2 questions?
Where would there be a song where you play as Timmy?
Well, I'm gonna make it so that in Power Hour you can choose to either play as Timmy or Jimmy. Just need to figure out.
Oh yeah, hero or dark side.
And
the dark side.
We're on the fence if we want to do other tracks. We know that there technically is a bonus track that's already made.
Mm-hmm.
And I showed a preview of it a while back, but I'm not gonna mention it. Just so more people are surprised by it. That one is not Jimmy or Timmy. It's one of the other characters from the cast. And what was the last question?
Will the old version of Power Hour be released? Like the one on shorts?
I could release it, but it sounds bad. It's like the demo, and like it's a version of the vocals where the pitch bend is a few milliseconds off, so the characters sound like they're singing off key. I remember people were hating that shit. They were like, "Ew, this sounds awful."
Ratio
bad music. And then the final version came out, and it sounded like a rock jazz thing, and had live performers in it.
You could probably label it, quote, the bad version.
No.
Or like the don't play this version.
Or maybe I can make it so that if you're playing the game really badly, it will switch to that version.
That sounds pretty good. Complicated.
Yeah.
We have one more question. Japan.
Yeah.
Will you stream Persona 5 Royale on Switch on your Let's Play channel?
I'm barely trying to play through Persona 1. Where the fuck is the mall or wherever I'm trying to find early in the game? The fish store. I don't know. Persona 1. We can't just jump into Persona 5 like that. It's crazy.
You technically could. I'm pretty sure all the stories are disconnected.
Look, I'm a person that wants to appreciate each evolution of a franchise. I can't just jump into Final Fantasy 7. I gotta see how it all started.
Yeah, that's why you're still on Disgaea 1.
Yeah. Disappoint. Okay, yeah. Disappointingly, this is why I struggle with RPGs because those are so time consuming that it's like, damn, how does anyone play RPGs?
Just watch a speed run and do the optimal strats.
Damn, no, I'm grinding.
You don't have to grind.
I want to.
I'm pretty sure Persona 5 probably is the only JRPG I've played, and that was one of the longest games I've ever played. And then I played it again, and then I played Royal, and then I played Strikers. So
wait, is Royal the same as the regular 5? Persona 5.
It's like
a special edition.
It's like a remastered version with bonus content. Like there's a whole new palace and story and such, and it does actually play into the original story really well. But they adjust things.
I feel like they could just made a 6th one.
Well, technically there is an actual sequel story, but it's a completely different game genre. Like,
oh yeah,
because there's Persona 5 Royal it's a JRPG turned into this thing, and then Strikers is like some kind of melee combat 3D thing.
Dynasty Warriors, I think.
I think so. It's like that. It was pretty fun. It's a sequel story. It takes place like sometime after the original game story. I don't think Royal is canon to it.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Gotta grind. You know what I need is an intern that'll grind in my game. Like, they won't play through the story mode, but they will grind, so I'll be level 9,999 or something. Need to hire one of those. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of RPGs.
At that point, just get like a bot to do it.
The Kingdom Hearts pilot was released and taken back from Disney.
Yeah. Did y'all see the pilot? Because I did.
Yeah.
It
was
we watched it.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Did we watch it on call?
Yes, we did, but I'm pretending I don't remember. But yeah, like you said that the characters were actual characters and not just like emotionless husks.
No, literally.
Yeah.
No, look, there's just literally like it's probably the most appealing version of the characters, like in terms of dialogue, because it didn't feel like everyone like says something, a long pause, someone says another line, and it doesn't really sound like they're in the same room.
Oh man, yeah, but this could have been something special. Like now with Kingdom Hearts is basically not really wrapped up, but now that they have so much to pull from, they might as well do it now. And one thing I appreciate is like they managed to condense. The struggle with this pilot is that they did not want to tell like an origin story. They wanted to tell like a metaphorical episode 5 or whatever, just how a basic episode would turn out. And they did a really good job just giving a sample of Kingdom Hearts in this like 15-minute time slot.
And the characters had motivations and clear goals.
Yeah.
And like I think they did the combat pretty well, especially like Goofy being so clumsy that he still kills his enemies.
yeah, that's good. There's a lot of
I'm just kind of like it's crazy that they passed on this, but like I guess back then they didn't think that massive crossover things were the way to go. I don't remember who was the first one to do it, but like
Kingdom Hearts,
because I really like this as a show, it would have been super successful. Like I don't
maybe they thought Kingdom Hearts 1 was so successful they can probably just keep it a game thing, so Disney doesn't have to worry about TV rights.
Well, I got what happened was because the director Seth Kersley, he did talk about how when this show was tested with like test audiences, this was the highest rated thing they got. This was surely going to get a show, but I think it was Square Enix that was like, hey, we got other games going on, and we don't want to have to focus on 2 stories going at the same time. I think that was the reason.
If there was only one Kingdom Hearts game, I can see that too.
Yeah.
But maybe when they...
But now there's like multiple.
Yeah, there's Kingdom Hearts 2, then 3, then 2.5 Remix, then Final Mix, and then the mobile games. They have Chain of Memories, Coded 358 and 2.5, Birth by Sleep, 1.5 Remix, HD 2.8.
Yeah, don't worry about Prologue. It. Just don't.
If there was a time for them to make a Kingdom Hearts show, I feel like, well, maybe not right now because the industry's having a little bit of a moment. But like, near around this time would be a good as time as any. If I were to want to have a Kingdom Hearts show, I know what studio I'd want to animate it, and I know that they already work with Disney often. I would love a Mercury animated Kingdom Hearts show.
But because it's nowadays, it'll definitely be
Mercury. What studio's that?
That's the one that animated Hilda, Tangled Ever After, that Zero show, the first season of Star Versus.
I think it would probably be. I think it would probably be CGI. considering
No,
that would be a lot cheaper to work with, and they could just reuse the models.
Would it though?
I don't look. I mean, I would.
It's more so for what they would do.
Yeah, maybe. But honestly, I would be prefer to be 2D. That way, they can just pull out assets of because like for that animatic, they actually did get like original backgrounds from like Aladdin for it, and they weren't allowed to touch the backgrounds, but they had to have an archivist take it out of a vault, get some plastic gloves, and scan it, and then give it to the creators, to the people making the cartoon.
It looked great in 480p.
I would assume that because of the nature of the show, of it be, or at least the nature of Kingdom Hearts, where they're traveling to different worlds all the time, you probably wouldn't want to have to order several background like giant sets made all the time. So 2D would probably be like better for that.
It'll probably definitely be well, if it's Studio Mercury, definitely rigged animation.
Hypothetically, yeah. Oh, but yeah, like it would be funny if it was like 2D most of the time, but then they'll go into like Monsters Inc. or Toy Story and it'll be 3D.
Because like the first two games that were the regular studios, and then like the third game had Pixar in them as well. Yeah. Like, what if they just worked with some of those studios? I know that they've been having some of those studios work on shows for Disney Plus. Yeah. Place for it.
Please. Yeah. Someday, maybe. I don't know. Please.
But as we think about the future of Kingdom Hearts and other things, we need to head out of this call and start preparing for Halloween next week.
All right. So is that the end? Goodbye, every pony.
Goodbye, everybody. See ya.
Woo woo.
Put my best a best, put my 10 a 10, or put my spend a spend.
Mayonnaise, how he really feels.
Do you? Would you? Sure.
Can Doug save the dance from the evil guys who are out to destroy the legendary monster of Lucky Duck Lake, thus ruining Doug's chances with Patty?
We gotta stop him.
All your questions will be answered in Doug's first movie.